An iconic pair of Jordan 1s is finally returning. We've got an update on Eminem's Dunk collaboration, and Kanye West might get deported. Of course, we got a bunch more, so let's quickly get through this release recap, starting with the Born and Raised Nike SB Dunk Low release. These dropped the other day, September the 28th, and as expected, they were damn near impossible to get. They could just chalk it up to there's a ton of people trying to get their hands on them, but it's very hard to think that way when we have so many pictures like this floating around. That's obviously before the only place that's releasing them even drops the shoe, so clearly most of these pairs have been backdoored. And it always seems like pictures like this just start getting reposted right after the release. You just spend half an hour of your time on a website to take an L. I don't know, let me know your guys' thoughts on this down in the comment section, but let's get into the upcoming stuff. That's pretty much all of the releases that happened. Let's kick it off with a drop that's right around the corner. It is definitely a little bit more crazy, and that is the Adidas Moncler collaboration. Now, this whole collection is dropping on October the 10th. Of course, it includes clothing and sneakers. Their sneakers are definitely the most bizarre, so they've got this weird mixture of like a hiking puffer winterized boot. They've also got some different colorways of this low-cut model. We've also got some high tops. These are the highs. This is a full knee-high version of all of those past ones. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in this collection. Because it's a collaboration with Moncler, I imagine that the prices are going to be pretty high. Jordan Brand just revealed their entire holiday 2023 lineup. Now, we've spoke about a bunch of these on past episodes, so we're just going to briefly run through these. Let me know what you think. What are you most excited for? So to kick it off, we got the Air Jordan 1 High Satin Bred. Now, this is an official image. Of course, we got the Royal Reimagined. This is the pair with all over suede, which not too many people are happy about. I'd actually love to know from you guys down in the comment section, is there anybody that prefers the suede version of the Royals? Jordan 1 High Mauve, not too sure if anybody's really excited about this one. The Air Jordan 2 Origin, another pair of twos that is probably going to hit the outlet. The Air Jordan 3 Fear. Now, this is a pair of shoes that I really like, but the other pair of Jordan 3s, which is kind of similar in terms of like it's an all-over darker colorway of a Jordan 3, the Off Noir, I don't know if I kind of prefer that. The Jordan 4 SE Olive colorway, basically the Craft 4 is just all over olive. The Jordan 5 Navies are going to be dropping, definitely not too bad. Personally, not one that I'm going to be going for. The Aqua 6s, another one, probably a pass for me. The Jordan 8 Winterized, actually a really nice colorway. The highly controversial Air Jordan 11 Gratitude. I don't know, I've seen a real mix of opinions on it. Some people like the addition of premium leather on the upper instead of the nylon that you normally get with DMPs. The outsole is the main thing throwing me off. I way prefer the iced out one. And then the women's Neapolitan. The Air Jordan 12 Cherries, these are actually dropping this month. I'll speak about the release date in just a second. Let's get through this list. The Air Jordan 13 Wheat colorway. The Air Jordan 14 Black and White. Some pairs that are not included on this list, which are like the special editions, the collaborations. One of those we just got official images of. The Ma Maniere Air Jordan 5 Photon Dust. I assume most people are going to prefer the all-over black colorway, but this is the one for me. This is the one that I absolutely want to get my hands on. I really like the off-white kind of grayish upper that it has. I'm not exactly sure if we've seen official images of the black pair, not that I've come across at least. Either way, both of these colorways are going to be dropping on November the 22nd. The Air Jordan 12 Cherry, something that a lot of you guys said that I missed out on when I made my top 10 most hyped list. Well, here you go. We'll cover it over here. And I will also mention that the release date is now going to be October the 29th. We've obviously got some official images. This is definitely a solid colorway of the Air Jordan 12, finally coming back. The last time that the Cherry 12s dropped was all the way back in 2009, so there is definitely a decent amount of people who want to get their hands on these. All right, some brand new additions to the 2024 lineup starts with this. Unfortunately, it's a women's exclusive, but it's the Air Jordan 4 Sale. Jordan Brand for the past year or two have been pushing women's only releases very hard, and I feel like this is going to be another release where a lot of people are kind of like, I wish this was in my size. Even though this is the only picture that we have of it, you can obviously make up what the shoe is going to look like. It's covered in all over leather, even for this part here, like the eyelet extension piece, which is normally rubber, and it's literally just monochromatic sail, except for the eyelets, which are golden metallic color. Definitely reminds me of the Jordan 4 metallic pack. This is the only image that we have of this. These are going to be dropping sometime in spring 2024. Right, now here's the big one. The Jordan 1 Low OG Shadow is going to be returning in summer 2024. I don't know if you've had your eye on this pair of shoes, but if you took a look on StockX, these things are selling for almost almost a grand. At least the pair that dropped back in 2015, which was the last time that it retro. So yes, I can imagine that there's a decent amount of people who are going to want to get their hands on these things when they do return next year. So obviously, this being a 2024 release, we don't have any actual images if they've changed anything up or anything like that, but as far as we know, it's going to be true to the original. Jound doing what they do best. They're teaming up with New Balance once again. They've just teased a new collaboration on the 2002 R. I feel like this could literally be a regular GR New Balance release and we wouldn't even know, but yeah, Jound has to come through, throw a little logo on it, and call it a day. This is the only image that we have. It should be dropping at some point this year, but we have no idea when. Sticking with New Balance, we've got a Carhartt collaboration on the 990 V6 called the Sculpture Center. For this one, we do have actual official images of. It seems like the perfect fall colorway. I actually don't mind this colorway, and obviously I do like the 990 V6. It's incredibly comfortable. This collaboration is apparently going to be dropping this month, although it says that it's already dropped here on House of Heat, so maybe through some specific retailers, but I think that there's supposed to be more drops later on this month. We're going to stick with Carhartt because this collaboration, there was a big rumor going around and it's actually been debunked. I don't know how many of you guys remember the rumor that was floating around that Eminem and Carhartt were teaming up with Nike to release a SB Dunk Low. Not entirely sure what is going on because this shoe shouldn't exist. This collaboration was never happening. The rumor for this pair of dunks started a while ago, like back in 2022. It's actually been debunked by Eminem's manager, Paul Rosenberg. Rosenberg just literally commented on an Instagram post. I believe it was Sneaker Freaker's Instagram post that they said that these things were going to be dropping, and he just said not a thing. Either way, Eminem, Carhartt, Nike SB, it's not happening, but I do kind of wish that Eminem would do something else in the sneaker game. We've got a brand new colorway of the Bad Bunny Adidas Response CL called the E-Crew Tint. Now, they've already had a release out in Puerto Rico. However, they're going to be dropping globally this month in October. This is a solid colorway, definitely falls in line with fall colors with all over tan, darker browns, and some nice sail accents. Looks like it's going to have some very nice premium materials on it with some kind of suede. As of right now, we don't have a specific release date for these, just at some point here in October. All right, this one's pretty funny. So last week we spoke about a collaboration between Nike SB and Welcome Skate on a Nike Dunk Low. Thought it was going to be a Dunk Low because of the picture of the tongue. It was literally just very, very cropped in, very blurry. But now we come to find out that this collaboration is not a pair of Dunk Lows. It's actually a Nike SB Blazer. And we actually have the images of what it's going to look like, which, in my opinion, looks pretty wild. I'm not entirely sure if the image of this pair of shoes has been sanded down on the toe box or if it literally comes like this. Outsole has a flower or something underneath as well, which looks pretty sick. As of right now, we've got no idea when these things are going to drop, but since people already have early pairs, I would imagine this year, holiday season. Right, a pair of shoes which I think Nike and Jordan Brand absolutely knocked it out of the park with is this one right over here, the Air Jordan 1 Zoom CMFT 2 Familia colorway. These drop on October the 1st, so literally today, but that's only at a couple select EU retailers. Now, the only place that has a raffle of these, at least that I've seen, is Titolo. The wider global release is definitely going to be happening later on this month, so I assume that's going to be the US, different other regions, and other raffles here in the EU and the UK. The pair of shoes themselves is taking inspiration from the Day of the Dead, and I think it very, very accurately portrays that. Everything from the super nice material choice and what looks like intense embroidery all around it, fading from black to a sail color on the midsole. Definitely keep your eye out if you're after this pair of shoes. We are inching very, very slowly, but at least we're inching forwards to finally get the Adidas Fear of God collaboration. And this is what we can expect. 4 different colorways of the Forum 86 Low. So I think we've seen 2 or 3 different colorways of this. All of the leaks have kind of been very spread out and sporadic. All of them look extremely nice in terms of materials. I'm impressed with this collaboration. I think it fits in very, very well with Adidas and Fear of God. I think it's going to do well, especially if they do an apparel collection with a whole clothing line. Even though we've seen a bunch of different leaks and rumors and even a whole runway show with a bunch of different items, we still don't have a release date. But it is supposed to be dropping this year, so as soon as we finally know, I'll update you guys. Crocs and Salehe Bembury have something very interesting in the pipeline, so take a look at this image right here. Another very hard to tell what the hell it is kind of picture, but people are speculating that this is going to be a Crocs Pollex boot, venturing away from the clogs and the slides that they've already done, and now working on something a little bit more fall winter friendly. Very, very hard to distinguish what part of the shoe this is, but it kind of looks like this would be the midsole and this would be the upper. I'd be very interested to see what Crocs and Salehe Bembury can come up with in terms of a freaking boot. As soon as we get any more information on this, which apparently should be coming this year, I will let you guys know. Now, along with that Salehe Bembury tees, he's also working on other brands. So of course he's got his upcoming New Balance 1906R collaboration coming up. The only image that we have of this is him wearing it, so this is kind of a teaser. Insane in terms of colors. You look like you've got everything that is extremely bright on here. No release date on these things. Forgot to mention we got another 2024 sneaker. This one right over here is the Nike SB Dunk Low Valentine's Day, looking way more premium than what we're typically used to when it comes to Valentine sneakers. Very, very dark maroon instead of what typically Nike goes for, which is like pinks and deep reds. It's got very, very nice materials, some kind of velvet for the tongue and the inner sock liner. We've got another look at the upcoming colorways for the Supreme Nike Corposite. So I think we took a look at the kind of gold one. You've got a massive Supreme logo right at the top of the shoe. These things looking very, very interesting. They're set to drop this fall. So there's going to be 3 different colorways, like I said, white, black, gold, and they're all pretty much identical to the originals that originally dropped back in the 2000s. We got the first real solid images of the upcoming Jordan 4 Bred Reimagined. Now this one, I gotta know what you guys think of it. We've been taking a look at blurry potato images for the longest time, but now we actually have very, very clean outdoor shots of this pair of shoes. You can see all of that premium leather, which hopefully is premium. I don't know, I haven't felt them. I obviously know to some degree that this is going to be controversial. People would rather just the original coming back, but I don't mind it. I really, really don't. And I actually think that it kind of looks cool, the all over leather upper. Hoping they also don't raise the price. For now, it looks like it's going to be $210. I'm hoping it stays that way because freaking Jordan prices have been surging. Oh yeah, and just to remind you guys, these are going to be dropping February the 17th, 2024. Now, here's one that I thought was pretty interesting. The Nike Calm Slide SE pack features marbled colorways. Now, where have we seen this before? Well, we actually first saw it with Adidas. They did the Adilet 22 slide and they marbled it. I feel like before that, we saw leaks and rumors of upcoming Yeezy slides with that same marbled effect. As we know, the Yeezy Calm Slide is Nike's version of a Yeezy slide. And because of the whole Yeezy collaboration technically ending, we haven't seen those marbled mixture versions of the Yeezy slide. I wonder if Yeezy does another release and those mixture slides are included. Yeah, it's interesting that Nike is dropping these. So I thought I'd throw this one in here before we get into our final story of the day, which of course is about Kanye West. So I thought that this Instagram post summarized this story pretty well. Kanye West's face mask is breaking Italian anti-terror laws. So we've seen a bunch of images of Kanye West on his trip in Italy. He's been there for quite a while now. Apparently he's working on his upcoming album. He's been wearing this mask, which is basically a t-shirt that he's wrapped around in a pretty cool way. Like, damn, I don't know how to wrap a t-shirt like that. It almost looks like it's perfectly positioned so that the neck hem of the t-shirt is almost like a little bit of a cap. Either way, he's breaking laws by wearing this mask around in public. For the anti-terror and public order legislation, wearing anything that hampers an individual's identification is illegal and punishable by a maximum fine of up to 2,000 euros. Now, along with this, officials in Venice are already investigating Kanye and Bianca after they were caught in a compromising position in a water taxi last month, which is something that we covered. And I'm just thinking, this mask looks so thick, it's gotta be hard to breathe under there. Either way, as of right now, nothing has come of it. They're investigating him at the moment, so we'll see what happens. Guys, that is the final story. Again, we do this every single Sunday, so make sure you subscribe to make sure you're always in the loop. And if you want to see my countdown of the top 10 most hyped sneakers dropping in October, that video's over there.